Welcome to the Crispy Ear podcast. My name is Ellie Kerr, and we are doing this with Merseyside Women of the Year. And talking of Merseyside Woman of the Year, I have Heather Evans and June Russell with me, our Women of the Year 2023.
Yeah.
Welcome, girls. Welcome. Thank you very much for being here.
Great.
It's an absolute pleasure. I'm not going to pretend that we haven't spoken, because obviously
we have a lot.
I love being in your orbit and I love being in your company. So obviously over the last 2 years we've spoken a lot and we've done a lot together.
Yeah.
But the premise of today is, tell us what you're up to and what was it like to win Watty first off. Let's get that out of the way.
I'll speak first. So we like Morecambe and Wise, by the way, so if one of us interjects, it's just the way we roll. So when we won, like, really being honest, we really felt quite overwhelmed and not... when we first had that meeting where you meet all the finalists and that week, Monday, it was like we were really at the imposter syndrome, didn't we? Talking to some fantastic people doing wonderful things in the city. So we kind of ignored, really, not ignored, but like we just do what we do every day. We show up and we do what we do. But we kind of didn't put that in any kind of like hierarchy. Everybody else on that night was worthy of winning. Apart from
they always are, though, aren't they?
Yeah,
all of them.
But that's, you know,
they're always marvellous. There's not one you could say doesn't deserve winning.
But I think because we were only newbies to the community world, we kind of were a little bit shell-shocked, really, like, oh my God, what are we doing here? All these fabulous women in the city. And I think that was an adjustment. And then obviously when we were a few days before the actual day, and we won, which was crazy in itself. We weren't prepared. Obviously looking back on the video now, recording, we weren't. Mum was really good though. You were. I was just too like, wow.
Well, it took me a while to come round because of what we do. What we do is because of Halle. Of losing Halle. At first I said I didn't want any recognition for what we do for Halle. I'm just doing that because, to be honest, it's a therapy for me as well. So I don't need any rewards. And then it took you a while, didn't it, to sort of talk me around and say, well, yeah, but we're increasing the profile of Halle's, while we're doing it. So I did accept it in the end.
And aren't you glad you did?
Oh, of course.
100%.
Honestly,
well, that was
because
the
not
months.
just winning it, it's the people we've met through it. It's the whole network of it that's been brilliant. But yeah, I am glad that I did in the end. I agreed to it in the end.
Yeah, that was the warm up, wasn't it? To obviously that was like at the initial phone call from Ellie, and then
when I went, oh, shut up, yeah, because I was sitting next to her. You rang us in our Tony's, and I went, oh, shut up,
oh, shut up. Maybe a few other words as well, but yeah, and then it all started, like, the voting and the, letting what he was sharing, what we do. And then I think, and even when we won, actually, we were still a little bit like, oh my God, but did you see that lady we were up against? And it took a while for us to go, actually, do you know what? We do deserve it. Us in our community, we have created something wonderful. And yeah, I think we feel well worthy of it now, don't we?
We began to realise when we saw how many of our community was voting for us, because we were voting every day and we're on the phone to us, messaging us. I think that's when we realised, well, yeah, we are doing something that's working, and we are doing something right in that community. And it started hitting us then, didn't it? And it sort of encouraged us to sort of carry on doing what we were doing, which we wouldn't have stopped anyway, but it just gave us a bit of confidence to carry on, didn't it?
That is the thing about it. It is about that confidence thing, because other people then see what you're doing. So where are you now? What you're up to now?
So
just
now,
give us a little
since our lovely year, I've been Merseyside Women of the Year, or Woman. Two of us.
I know.
It's just hard for us to. We were the first.
There's
been another sort of ones before.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
How dare they? take our
sure they were
crowns.
very, very worthy of that too.
She must have.
So that has been it's been crazy to be in the networking world, but to understand the growth that can come from it and the understanding of what networking is, we felt like it was businessy. Like for us, like networking was like before Watty, it was like a business world, but within that, you know, seeing who we would like sort of nominate us with, we realised it's not businessy, it's also like women in the city doing like community-based things. So since then we have gone with it. We had like queens for that first year as well. We said we had a lovely year. It was gorgeous, and then obviously winning the Rose Patterson.
Oh, and when we went to the Aintree,
yeah,
treated like queens, weren't we?
That was lovely. So again, that was always increasing Halle's profile, which is brilliant and what it's all about. Our reach has probably been, you know, as it's been wider through all the other women's in our lovely family now.
Because that WhatsApp group is insane, isn't it?
It's crazy.
I mean,
yeah.
obviously I look at all of them now because there's like 3 of them that we've got.
Yeah.
And the support in that network just
amazing.
Completely amazes me. It really does. It's on fire. It's
lovely, and I think, you know, when you watch the Crispy Ear podcast, the opening sort of like, you know, credits, if that's what they're called, what he's all about. If you need something, every one of those things that's listed, there's somebody on that WhatsApp group that if they don't know, they'll find someone that does know. So I think that is what's lovely, and us, because our network when we lost Halle was just us. It was us and the family and like our friends for support. So then growing into like this like sort of new world, networking world, understanding that they're our support too, which was lovely really to open it up, wasn't it, to people outside of our close sort of family network. So now where we're up to is Halle's has continually grown, both socials and fundraising. Obviously this year we've had a stumbling block with our premises, which is now being resolved.
So new beginnings and new adventures.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to this new start.
Yeah, it's like as Halle's mum, I see it as Halle has, like, she'd be 26, so she would be getting a mortgage possibly, she would be moving out, and to me, as Halle's mum, and I think that's what kind of sold it for other people, wasn't it? She's just growing up and she's got her own place.
She's moving out on her
own gaff. So for me as Halle's mum, that is, it's progress. It's not. We've left somewhere, you know, where we were sort of held back. It's growth, it's progress, and that's only going to get better, I think.
Yeah.
So
we're in. I know it belongs to Sefton Council, but we've got no one else to answer to there. It's just ours.
Yeah. And you can do what you like with it, can't you? Obviously to a point.
Yeah.
But there's probably things that you can do now in the space that you've got that you maybe couldn't or wouldn't even have thought. And there'll be stuff that you don't even know that'll come at you that you think, oh, I didn't know we could think of that. We should do that. So
I'm writing a list down all the time of to answer, you know, things to ask the council, and should we do this and should we do that, and can we go in before we open, but you know what, it's holiday season, everyone's off
August, everybody goes to the moon. They
everyone
really do.
just disappeared, and nothing seems to get done,
but we'll get the answers within a few.
While you've been on holiday this week, I've been painting all kinds of things to go in the new place. So we're always active, we're always doing something to
well, you've raised money over summer as well, haven't you? While you've had that, you know, hiatus in the.
You know, everyone comes up against a little blip, as I'm calling it now. It's a little blip. We'll look back on it in years and think, do you remember that time?
It's the best thing that ever happened to us. Do you know what? It
Yeah.
didn't kill us; it made us stronger. So we're off.
You learn, don't you? You learn.
100%, and I think
by mistakes, as they say, you do learn something.
But also you find out who your community are, because you say some people have been fundraising for you, doing bonkers stuff like
oh gosh, you know. There's been lovely
walks from one side of Scotland to the other, there's skydives, there's, you know, just like craft. Rebecca Buttons has been doing craft classes,
everyone has helped us, which is that's encouraging as well all the time. When you know that the public are behind, people are behind you. You know that our self-esteem took a bit of a knock, didn't it? but when you know the public who are the most important ones that we're doing it for are behind you, you know.
Because it's the
just
community
makes-
that you serve.
Yeah, it is definitely.
These people that we're dealing with really have got no insight into what we provide because they're not there on the ground like we are.
Yeah, it is being at the coalface that makes a difference when you're looking at social value and social impact. It really is. It's about being there every day and seeing you know, warts and all the good, all the bad, and all that kind of stuff.
So we're looking forward to, obviously we've got our own community it's only literally a 10-minute walk where we're going to be based. So that community is going to come with us, but we're also going to be based in another community. So hopefully, you know, that's more progress. We're reaching more people, more families, more kids that we can offer that sort of opportunity to. Do you know what? I'd really like to try guitar lessons. Can you help fund me?
Which is
probably
it's just things like that we need to go into about what we actually do.
I was just going to say, tell us what you do.
So what my role in it is, I am the main fundraiser. I decided that having a charity shop or community pre-loved shop, we have to call it because we're a CIC.
Yeah.
It fulfills a lot of things. It raises funds so that we know we can rely on ourselves to raise funds for what Heather wants to do. It also has, it's a good recycling project as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also, everything in our shop, the majority of things in our shop are only £1, and it's all, we get some fantastic donations. It's all really good stuff. So the people who live on the estate can buy the kids a decent coat for for school or stuff like that. So it's also helping that the families on our estate have a little shopping experience, because there's nothing nicer than having a little shopping experience. But you know, a lot of people can't afford to do that,
especially now.
So
at the moment.
Even if they only spend £5, they've had a nice little shopping experience, which is good for you. I think that's good for your little mental health, isn't it?
It is. And you had the cafe as well, didn't you?
And we've got the lovely little cafe where you can just come and have a cup of tea and a chat.
We have some support groups down as well, don't we?
That's what people have lost while we've been closed for the 5 months. So then I raise the funds, and then Heather
spends it.
Yay!
So variety of things. So we have, say, like little Johnny. We pay for his, you know, subs for whatever sort of activity he wants to do, and then we've got, like, say, you know, a young adult, you know, say her name's Emily, for sake, she's going off to uni, she needs some stuff to get herself sorted, she's like a care leaver maybe, and she hasn't got that adult support, so, you know, she needs a laptop, we'll help support her with the laptop, and so, and anything in between that. So it could be a tutor, we support many kids going through GCSEs and A-levels who need extra tutoring, which is a big expense. Like, I think it's about 50 quid our average, the ones we were paying for this year, but we've got lovely feedback from that. When they've all got the results, we've had lovely feedback that, you know, with Halle's help, it's enabled them to get the grades they need. So yeah, the funds do lots of things, mainly offering kids the opportunity to attend after school activities, you know, fees for whatever. But also, which we've gone into, is like the whole family as a whole. It's not just being about the you know, our aims are supporting kids and young people, but is the buzzword place-based need? Is that what they say? So when, like, you know, when we formed the cafe, for example, it was people, we seen people like gathering in different parts of the hub, didn't we? Like having a gab, and, you know, going outside, taking a cuppa outside and having a little chat outside, and we realised that this community needs a space.
It's a hub, isn't it?
Yeah, so
that,
we knocked a few walls down, made, you know, we got funding for a new kitchen, and we've done some funding ourselves for a new toilet, and just created a lovely safe space. So it's more than what our aims and our mission. It's the whole family, isn't it? The whole like community, all different aspects of society. So social isolation.
We do slow cooker classes as well, which it doesn't come under our sort of our mission, but we got around that by thinking to ourselves, well, if a mum knows how to cook something from scratch, which a lot of mums don't, these days. That's obviously going to be beneficial for the child. It's going to be healthier for them. It's going to be cheaper for the mum.
Yeah.
So we do the slow cooker classes. A lady comes in and does the slow cooker.
Yeah.
Because you have that as like a centre for support as well, don't you?
Yeah, it's loads of aspects of support. So we have Sefton at work. Carmel, she comes in. She's Sefton at work.
Sefton, Living Well Sefton. She comes in and does lifestyle and blood pressure,
weight.
Yeah.
We have One Vision come in and do a
it's like a neighbourhood
clinic, isn't it?
Clinic.
Like if they've got issues with housing or issues with nuisance neighbours, they've got somebody to go and speak to. We've got
so if it goes far beyond, like you say, just the children, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
it's nurturing the parents as well, and the support that the kids have got. If they feel empowered by offering them opportunities, like with first aid, we've done sign language, we've come in and do adult learning. It's given them like a sense of like purpose of like, then I can pass this down to my kids and give them a sense of like belonging, and that's what it is, isn't it? It's a sense of belonging, being part of something that empowers them. It's gorgeous to see the growth in people, isn't it, and parents.
Yeah, and also on that note, since we've been closed, the amount of people that have said that their mental health has gone down.
Yeah, because you sort of remove that central impact and that
even
central
our volunteers. Have said, because they all come in, and everyone has something, don't they? That
some kind of trouble or
some
adversity.
kind of mental issue, honestly, myself included. That's one of the reasons why I do it. It's my therapy, and other people do it for their own personal reasons, but obviously they've got a caring heart as well. But they've all been saying how much they've missed coming in, and I can't wait to get back to doing what we do, for them and all the other people. So one poor lady's been going through all kinds of trauma with her health, who lives opposite.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, and her husband said she never used to go out anywhere, but because they only live opposite, when you open, she's in nearly every day, and it's improving her health.
But that's the difference, unless you're there and you witness it every day and you are at that cold face. They're the kind of results that it doesn't matter that you couldn't even write that when you look at where you originally, what your mission was for Halle's legacy.
It didn't include that.
Sometimes that's what you find, isn't it? You couldn't write the impact
extra
that you add for just deciding to, because you work as well, don't you? So,
I work.
This isn't like, a bit like me with Watty. It's not a full-time job. It's like,
and I wish it was, and at some point, in the future, when
I'm not here.
No, you've got another 10 years in the hub yet.
Loads of years.
Yeah. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to. But at the minute I work for a charity, Love Jasmine, who I guess we're a little bit of inspiration really for coming up with something for Halle that was positive. Love Jasmine is named after Jasmine. And they took the loss of her and created this brilliant charity that I'm now a counsellor for. So that I wanted Halle's name said positively, not just about the girl who died in uni. So, obviously she has died and it is in memory of her, but it's also with the essence of her as well. Halle's love of life and learning was, supersedes death. So that's what we really wanted as a family, is to continue her and Halle offers that support, which is just gorgeous.
And it's across so many different aspects as well, because you do the Team GB stuff as well, don't you? Supporting them.
We've got a number of kids, young adults that are GB competitors, like, our water polo, our judo. They have, through Halle's support, they've been able to attend the extra training sessions, trips to, like say, Portugal, and
the first judo lad, he was the one that we spent the most on at that time.
Yeah,
and he was a para. What were they called?
It was the Oceanic Games,
Oceanic
wasn't it?
Games.
In Australia, was it? And you won gold.
Yeah, won gold, and there's
yeah.
no way their family could have afforded to send him to go.
What an accolade.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
yeah.
So we continue to always support them when the next sort of rounds of training or competitions are on. One of our judo girls has just come back from Copenhagen. So yeah, it's from little all the way to big.
It is definitely.
And everything else in between.
So I've got a framework. So obviously it's a Crispia podcast. So I've got a framework around. So I would say women, because I deal predominantly with women, and you know the clue's in the title, isn't it?
Yeah.
Merseyside Women of the Year. So 4 things: network, information, money, and self-belief. So those 4 foundations for me are cornerstones of success and business. Because if you've got one of those things missing, or 2 of those things missing, it's things are a bit unstable and wobbly.
Yeah.
So out of those 4 things, is the one that speaks more, or, you know, totally, or it could be all 4, it could be one. Which one out of network, information, money, and self-belief would resonate with you?
God, I don't know. It could be bits of all of them, really.
I would say, I don't do it for the money, obviously, because we don't
need
get paid.
funds
but
for
we
what
need
we do.
funds, yeah.
See, money always comes down into 2 things for me. Money is personal money.
Yeah.
So most women don't have a pension,
Yeah.
or they're not looking at things for their future for them, because it usually it's all around the family. And then money, if you're doing what you're doing, it doesn't matter. You are running a business, whether it's a CIC or not. It's a business. If you don't make profit, you're not giving anybody nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So money is 2. It's personal, but then also, obviously, business
All
money.
business, yeah. Well, we've done quite well considering we've been closed for 5 months and we're still hanging in there.
Yeah. So obviously, money is being a big thing, and we've realised through myself and with our mentoring that we got from yourself and Moira, that it's ran like a business. So that was a big sort of, we never seen it as a business really, but understanding that it needs to be ran efficiently like a business. So that was
going to work.
That was some good learning for us. So for me, I reckon out of those 4. Because it's hard, because networking is quite close to it as well.
Yeah, you've been good on the networking, haven't you?
The self-belief to know that, you know, the networking, I guess, is like, just because I'm not like what I thought what networking was all about, like business-wise, it's understanding that, you know, we matter too, and we can sort of network amongst, you know, the big wigs, I guess. So sort of believing that we're capable of it. Still learning, I guess, that. But yeah, networking 100% has been lovely. And that support that we feel from it now, and that what doors that opens, that's been crazy, hasn't it? So yeah, network and self-belief have gone hand in hand, definitely for me.
I would say self-belief as well for myself. Because where we work, I was brought up on that estate where Halle's is, and so I know what it's not just the way my family was, it's just the way every family on that estate was. You know, you were all just working class. My dad didn't think people of our standing went to uni, even though I wanted to go to uni. He didn't think you just had to go out to work.
Yeah.
So for me, it's self-belief in myself that it really doesn't matter what qualifications you've got or whatever, really, as long as you've got self-belief and determination in what you can do anything. You've just got to believe in yourself.
Which is crazy, really, because if you think back about what our aims and our mission is, that's what we're trying to instill in the...
Yeah, exactly.
So it comes full circle, doesn't it?
Because I know exactly how that estate works. It's like
But also I think sometimes if you haven't experienced it yourself, and then you do, you know, what I call have that, you know, sticking your elbows out moment and owning that space instead of trying to make yourself smaller, you're sticking your elbows out. If you then realise that actually, do you know what, I think a lived experience, and when you're trying to encourage younger people, that's the bit then that you have more
Yeah.
And it's more authentic.
Yeah,
it's
I
coming
just
across.
want them kids to think just because they live on that council estate doesn't mean they can't be whatever they want to do. They just got to know that there's a world outside of that estate,
Yeah.
you know, and so that's part of our job, is to let them see that.
Yeah.
So is there anything coming up when you get into the new premises? Is there anything coming up that you've got lined up?
Because we've been out of action for you know, as in having a base, we haven't been able to put a plan together. We normally do a 12-month plan, so it's kind of like rough, I guess. When we get back into our premises, then we've got our Christmas projects. So we support a school with their cared for kids. We've got their activities to do. Then we've got the student appeal, which is Edge Hill students that are alone for Christmas. We do something for them. So as soon as
There's
we
still
land,
stuff going on.
Yeah.
we're all guns go.
It's all- yeah, it's running.
yeah.
So it's called the Crispy Ear Podcast. So
Yeah.
if you had to go back and give yourself a crispy ear, so that means you could tell yourself off until your ear was really crispy.
Yeah.
What would you go back and tell yourself?
It's probably what I've just been talking about then, about believing in yourself. Don't ever let anybody not purposely knock you down, but you just think that's the way your life's going to go. Don't just accept that, and just just move yourself a little bit out of that sort of zone, and see that you can do that.
Yeah.
Because I have done it all right. I'm not the most famous person in the world or whatever, but I am confident in myself, and I don't feel like that little kid who was the eldest of 6 on that council estate.
I'm the eldest of 6 as well.
Wow, are you? God. I think I don't know what I've been really empowered all of my life, because my mum is my mum, and no matter how skint my mum was, I didn't feel, and like single parent again, I didn't feel that I was any less than. So then, crispy ear to myself. I guess adversities, you're gonna come through it. You know, it might feel really bad now. It might, obviously my mum and dad divorced, so that was kind of, I could just tell myself that's going to be all right. I felt it was all right, because my mum and dad were brilliant. But then obviously coming up against losing Halle, just trusting that you're going to be all right, I think would be give myself a good crispy ear about just hold on, just hold on and just keep going. And that's definitely been our ethos, really, hasn't it? Hold on.
And I mean, obviously it's a terrible thing to lose a child, but look what's the legacy. Look, the thousands of people that you've impacted in Halle's legacy is just amazing.
It is.
It really is. And I think you can't underestimate it.
It does.
Yeah. And I think sort of like, for me, and obviously we've had conversations when you say that, I don't know why we won. That is it. Why? Yeah. That's why. That's the whole reason.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I remembered on the speech, we were awarded. The one thing that I knew, Halle loved her name, Halle O'Brien, and she always said, because she was, meant for the stage as well. She was like, I want to see my name up there in lights, and I think I said that on our acceptance sort of speech. Her name's up. That's we've sort of fulfilled her legacy, really. People got to know about her through what we've done, and like being supported by Watty. So yeah, she continues, and that's what we wanted for her. And long may it continue. Yes.
I can't believe, as always, literally, keep saying to the boys, we really need to make these like 2 hours long. Yes. You just get into it, and obviously then sort of like, the time's up. But I can't thank you enough for coming along today. As always, it's absolutely gorgeous to be in your company.
Thank you.
I absolutely love it. And thank you so much for your time.
I'm really grateful for you, Ellie.
And keep on doing what you're doing, because...
Well, we'll invite you to our open.
Oh, I'm there.
I'm
there, absolutely. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's been Ellie Kerr. This has been the Crispy Ear Podcast. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.